Hello, and welcome to the Oracle Apex Tutorial 4 Form Layout Part 3 Video Training Exercise, brought to you by M&S Consulting. Part 3 focuses on creating hints, changing item types, and discusses briefly templates and buttons. On the screen is the list of assumptions and requirements for this tutorial, as well as the location of the full article with more in-depth information. We are going to pick up right where we left off in the last video. We're back on our region edit screen. We're going to add a new region here. This is going to be called a hint region. So it's actually an HTML region, so we'll click next. And HTML again. And under its display attributes, we'll give it a title of hint. And then we will take, and its region template is a sidebar. And its display point is going to be a fixed. We're going to fix the display point and call it Page Template Region Position 3. And we're going to give it a width of 3 columns. I'm going to click Next. It'll ask for the source. This is the base message that you want to be in here. We'll paste that in from the full article, which is where all that data is, and then we'll say Create Region, and then we'll click Run. And as you can see, we now have a small area on the right hand side called Hint. Pretty useful little thing, actually. We'll go back to our Edit Region, or Edit Page, and we're going to change some item types here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Employee, Full or Part-Time, and we're going to change its display type to be a radio group. If you're not familiar with what a radio group is, it's a series of buttons where only one can be active at a time. And we're going to edit the label here and get rid of it. And we're also going to change the label template to say no label. And then we're going to come down here to List of Values, and we're going to paste in our list of values, and we're going to make it 2 columns wide. I'm going to scroll up. We're going to apply our changes. We're going to run the page, and you'll see now that we have the radio buttons for full-time or part-time. And we'll go back to Edit Page 2 here, because we're going to make a change to our Employee Department settings. So we're going to scroll down here and go Employee Department, and we're going to change its display type to be a select list. And then we're going to scroll down some. And under List of Values, we're going to paste in the values that we want it to have, and we're going to make sure that we do have Display Null set to Yes, and enter the appropriate null setting there. I'm going to click Run Page, and you can see that it's now a drop-down box with the different departments listed in it. And now we're almost done here. We're going to go back to Edit Page. We're going to make one more change, this time to our Employee Telecommute. And we're going to change its display type to be a checkbox, which is all the way at the very top of the selection box. And then we're going to edit its sequence number here. Make it sequence 136, and the other information in the displayed is okay. Then we're going to go down here to List of Values. I'm going to paste in the list. Then we're going to apply our changes. Then we're going to run our page. And you can see here now that employee telecommute is now a checkbox, because you either telecommute or you don't. Now we're going to go back to edit page 2, and we're going to touch briefly on a couple of other concepts. One of these concepts is label templates. Label templates are determined in part by the theme that you selected when you created the application, and they define how it looks and what types are available or not. And you can actually find this by going to any of the attributes and coming down to label, and you can see the select box here for template, and using that you can change the template for that label. Like I said, this is determined in part by the theme you selected, and you can select no label, optional with help, required with help. The primary difference is that the ones that say required are the ones that put the little asterisk next to it, denoting a required field. We're not actually going to make any of those changes. You can also make similar changes to the buttons. You can go to your buttons area and select the Edit All, and from here you can not only change the label, but you can also change the region that they show up in, their alignment, as well as their position, giving you a great deal of flexibility over the placement of your buttons that are created, even though some of them you won't actually see unless you're in the correct mode. By that I mean there won't be an update button unless you're in an updatable area. And one of the last things that you can do is most of the items, if you check their attributes, you can scroll down and you can see element. Here within the elements there's many things that you can do. You can make the data or the line appear bold, italicized, underlined, and those can go in under form element option attributes as well as the other fields. We're not actually going to make any of those changes, but it is just another option that you have. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.